Hey guys, so in today's video, I thought that I could share some reasons, a kind of an explanation of why having PCOS or polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is something that I have, makes it more difficult for people to lose weight. And the reason why I am choosing to share this now is because I have had multiple people ask me why I chose to have weight loss surgery, and I'm sorry for the weird lighting in this video. I'm just going to say that right now. Um, but if you see me looking down, I do have my phone here so that I can read off of the notes that I wrote, because I feel like there's a lot of people who don't really understand why it might be difficult to lose weight when you have a condition such as PCOS. And I think a lot of people take for granted that weight loss they think is just as easy as not eating as much or being a little bit more active. But when you have a condition such as PCOS, as you will see in the reasons that I wrote down, there are a multitude of factors that come into play for why you might not be able to lose weight as easily as someone who does not have PCOS. So, like I said, PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome, and it makes it harder to lose weight due to a multitude of factors. So, the number one issue, or the first issue, I guess, is insulin resistance. So, a lot of people with PCOS develop insulin resistance, which means that your body um, doesn't use insulin effectively, and so like it might make too much insulin and doesn't know how to use the insulin that it's making, which leads to higher insulin levels, which can cause your body to store more fat, which obviously makes losing weight more difficult. Insulin resistance also tends to increase someone's cravings to eat like carbohydrates and things like that, and sugar. Carbohydrates. So that contributes to like overeating or binge eating type behaviors. Another issue with PCOS is hormonal imbalances. Um, Again, I'm sorry I'm looking down so much. I just want to make sure that I cover everything. So a lot of people with PCOS have elevated androgen levels. So this is like testosterone. So yes, even women can have elevated testosterone levels, which promotes weight gain, especially in the abdominal area, which obviously makes it harder because when you're trying to lose weight, you're not trying to gain weight. So having hormones present in your body that tend to make your body gain weight instead of lose weight, obviously it's counterproductive. Um, Another one, imbalances in hormones like leptin, which controls hunger, and ghrelin, which regulates your appetite, can make it harder to manage your food intake as well as the feeling of fullness after eating. And I want to make another video kind of explaining the process of recovering from weight loss surgery with someone or as someone who has PCOS, because I have been there. I've done that. I'm in the process of doing it right now. And PCOS can affect a lot of things. So I just want to share like my experience recovering from surgery, weight loss surgery, gastric sleeve surgery to be specific, as someone with PCOS. So if you guys are curious about what that process has been like for me, stay tuned because I will post a video eventually going through all of those. Another factor with PCOS is PCOS can lead to you also having a slower metabolism, which means obviously like a metabolism controls like how many calories that your body burns when it's at rest. So if you have a slower metabolism, that means your body isn't burning as many calories at rest as it could be, and so that can make weight loss more challenging as well. Um, Another issue with PCOS is chronic inflammation. It's usually not like super exorbitant amounts of chronic inflammation, but it is associated with PCOS. I did a lot of research for this video, if you guys couldn't tell, but it's often associated with chronic inflammation, which interferes with weight regulation as well as fatigue, and that makes it harder to stay active or be motivated to be an active person. And another thing with PCOS is emotional as well as psychological, mental factors, because living with PCOS can cause a lot of people to be stressed out, anxious, depressed, which again can result in emotional eating, binge eating, developing some sort of eating disorder, and it can also affect your motivation again to be physically active or choose the right foods to eat, making healthier food choices, things of that nature. So that is another reason why. Hormonal fluctuations can also affect mood and energy levels, which again, when you're not in a good mood or you're not feeling motivated, you're feeling depressed and things like that, you don't feel like you have a lot of energy. Who is going to want to go out and be active and make the right choices, make healthy choices for themselves? Nobody. So you just have to keep those things in mind, because those can make it difficult to stick to, like I said, a healthy diet or an exercise routine, making those healthy choices that you need to make in order to prioritize weight loss. Um, so that's pretty much all that I wrote in my notes. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. Like I said, if you guys want more information on my experience as someone who does have PCOS and who has struggled with it for years, as well as struggled with weight loss for years, like all of my adult life, I have struggled with my weight. And my highest weight, I got up to 310 pounds, and I am currently sitting in the 170s. So I'm very proud of myself. I've come a long way, and I'm still on a daily basis struggling with food noise and head hunger, and struggling to maintain a positive relationship with food and not go back to my negative food habits. Um, because even though you had weight loss surgery, you still have to put in the work and make the effort to consciously make those correct food choices or healthier food options, things like that. So, anyways, like I said, I hope this was helpful. Let me know if there's any topics you would like me to discuss further on my channel, or just discuss in general on my channel in the future, and I would love to make a video about it for you. And with that being said, I will talk to you guys in my next video.